Welcome to Mother's Haven, a podcast where mothers are challenged to try for more through access to help, hope, and a pathway to healing. Every mother goes through various phases and seasons where they daily navigate distress, discomfort, and wholesome experiences. I have personally walked the path of various pain points and experienced certain life-changing situations in my own journey, which actually brings me here to offer you a hand to help, a voice of hope, and a pathway to healing. Each time you listen, a rush of liberation comes through because I'm here to validate your freedom and also to challenge you to be a mother and much more. Right, welcome to yet another episode on Harry Space Podcast. We have a wonderful guest in the house. She's quite amazing and she has been on a journey of healing. Basically, we call it a healing process. She'll be sharing from her heart, she'll be sharing from a place of experience, she'll be sharing from a place of her journey, and it promises to be enlightening, it promises to touch you in a way that you can actually get and connect to healing, and know that there's actually hope on the other side, no matter the season that you are. So I'll be asking her to introduce herself. She'll be telling us about herself, and then we'll continue from there. So hi, let us know you.
Hi. Okay, my name is Blessing Efeosa. What else am I supposed to say? Okay, so my name is Blessing Efeosa. I like to say I'm an open heart surgery survivor, and basically, that's who I am. Blessing Efeosa.
Alright, thank you so much, Blessing. Blessing is a survivor of an open heart surgery, and we have her here to tell us a little bit about our healing process and our journey. So, Blessing, kindly let us hear your journey and your process.
Okay. So my journey, my healing process. Well, life was normal at first. Everything was fine until they found out the hole in the heart, and we had to do a surgery to repair it and all of that. And we did the surgery, and there were complications in the surgery, and the complications led to partial paralysis. Most people like to call it stroke, but I just like to say it's partial paralysis. It was really scary because when I woke up, I had memory loss, and thank God for the people I had around me: my mom, my dad, my siblings, my church members, and my friends, basically, who were around to help bring back the memories. I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks after the surgery because I was in they call it an induced coma. So that's basically what happened during the surgery process. But after the surgery and had memory loss, I couldn't stay in the hospital for so long because you could pick up infections in the hospital after a major surgery, so I was advised to go home. Yeah, like I said, I had partial paralysis. It wasn't full, yeah, but literally my left side, my entire left side was paralyzed. I couldn't use it. So I had to start physiotherapy right from the hospital. It was really excruciating. People that have done physiotherapy will be able to explain better. But yeah, I just had to do it because I wanted to get back on my feet and continue the life that I knew before. Yeah. So I was discharged from the hospital and I got home and the physiotherapy continued. Basically, physiotherapy that I do for stroke people, basically teaching them how to do everything all over again. So it's like teaching a baby how to walk, how to talk properly, how to eat, how to literally do everything, like everything again. So imagine teaching someone that is already grown up how to do everything again. So it was really all around it. So every time I feel down, I just talk about it. My mom was really helpful. My pastor was really helpful. My pastor's wife was really helpful. Yeah, I prayed to people and all of that. So it happened in March, April, May, and then June. I had to go back to work because in Nigeria you have to work so you could leave and all of that. So, but then I wasn't fully recovered. I wasn't even 90%. I wasn't even close to 50% recovered. But I just had to leave because we needed funds, and the funds we're getting were not coming again. The doctors advised that I move out so I could learn new things, just learn basically. And I resumed work. Like I said, I wasn't fully recovered. I wasn't even 50% recovered. The major thing at that time, I could use my left hand. I could turn my head. I could walk a little bit, but there were sharp pains when I walk. There were, I don't know how to explain it. I don't think pain is really explainable, but there are sharp pains in my leg for every time I walk. I couldn't really move my legs. It was like I was walking like a robot. But I just needed to move out. So I got to work, and going back to work was another thing entirely. In all honesty, I did not even know what I was doing there anymore. I'd forgotten everything I used to do this. I had to start, like I said, learning everything over. I don't think I mentioned, but during the surgery, the complications that happened in the brain. So that was basically why I had memory loss and I had a partial paralysis. So because the brain, I wouldn't want to say the brain was affected, but they had to do something in the brain. And going back to work, I had to it was really mentally exhausting as well as physically exhausting. Emotionally, I was a little bit fine because for every time I would just tell them, oh, I'm tired, I can't do this, I don't know how to do this. But I would like to say I'm a fast learner. So I quickly picked up everything, even though
Wow.
I made a lot of mistakes at the early stages. And physiotherapy was still going on. I would so imagine working 5 days a week, and then you only get to do physiotherapy once in 7 days or twice in 7 days. The recovery
Slower.
became a little bit slow. Yes, so then emotionally, everything started setting in. I was like, I couldn't move around the way I used to, so my work involves me moving around. Normally, I'm someone that doesn't like sitting so much. So imagine me being confined to a chair, and anytime I want to walk, I have to think like, okay, so if I take this step, hope I won't fall, because I'd fallen down like 3 times. I'd fallen down like 3 times, and it was really big. You know, when you fall, yeah, you feel pain.
Yeah.
So imagine someone already feeling pain in their legs and then falling again. It was really bad. So yeah, but in all of this, I had, like, it's like I would always say, I had people, and there's sometimes I really like talking to people. Like, this period just made me start talking to people, like when I have issues and all of that. But most times I just blank out. Like, when the emotions started setting in, when I started realizing that, okay, this is reality, this is work, this is my career, this is something. So imagine being, because I was out of the office for 6 months plus, yeah. So imagine being out of the office for 6 months plus, and then you're coming back and everything is looking like gibberish to you.
Yeah.
So it was really frustrating. Like, I know times where I'll just go to the toilet and sit and cry, and I'm like, oh, I can't do this. I know times where I'll just write my resignation letter, and then I'm like, okay, just one click, and I've resigned, and I'll leave, and that's it, and I'll just go back and continue. But for every time I try to do that, someone always tell me, but you need this, not like you need a job per se and all of that, but yeah, you need something that would take you out of your house every day. You need something that would make you meet people. You need something that will make you bring back memories and make you remember things. Because even as I am right now, there's some things that someone will tell me, oh, you did this, and I'll be like, huh? When did I do it? I can't remember. And when I tell the person that I can't remember, I'll be like, oh, this girl is you may be lying. And I'm like, seriously, I really can't remember. Probably you should enlighten me and then just refresh my memory and all of that. So yeah, it's just, the process it's not even up to 1 year, so I don't want to rush it. It's barely 6 months after surgery, and the process has been okay. It has been painful. It has been enduring, challenging, but I would like to say it has been fun too, because yeah,
the fun part.
meeting my physiotherapy and my surgeons and all of that. Yeah, that's the fun part, meeting people, because normally, like I said, I don't like talking to people. So meeting people, getting out of your comfort zone and telling people, oh, see, this is the way I feel. Because anytime I'm with my physiotherapy, she would always tell me, if you're making probably, okay, something is hurting and you're just crying, and she's like, I don't understand you. Where are you hurting? If you don't talk to me, there's no way I'll know. This is hurting and that place is hurting. Normally I would just, okay, cry it out and that's it. But yeah, that's basically the fun part. And then uh so yeah, the healing process it has been okay. It has been, like I said, challenging, painful, but fun. Fun. Getting to
Right.
learn new things.
That's really amazing. Touching all at the same time. And I actually like how you ended it. The fun part, the fact that you had to learn to come out of your comfort zone and then talk about where the pain is. That's your conversation with your physiotherapist. Because it's not just enough for us to just sit down and cry it out. We really have to voice out and say where it hurts actually. Because if we're not able to express ourselves, to talk about our pain, to share with someone who could actually help, it will really be a lot more difficult for them to actually come in and provide that support that they need to provide. And of course, yes, pain cannot be explained. It's actually very personal, and but you actually really try to show us, how excruciating and deep that phase was. And most of the time, everyone goes through their individual challenges and pain points, but it's always important, as you said, to share and know that it's a process. It's a process. Just like you said, you're not going to rush it, because most of the time we want to just rush out of that pain process and just get to that healed or perfection point, and then it begins to affect our sense of getting to where we need to be, or our sense of our current season. Yes, not knowing what season we are at that point and knowing how to move through it, because it will actually determine how we are emotionally stable enough to work with this current challenge or season that we are. So if you're to point out things that helped you, I know you mentioned support from your family, friends, and I know you mentioned talking about it with people which you were not really used to. So would there be any other thing that you used to motivate yourself, to keep yourself going when it got tough? When you blanked out, how do you come out of it? Because most of the time we really just lock up and like, man, I'm done. Just like you said, like you try to resign at some point, and by the time you explain how it was at work, how you had to learn all over again, making mistakes, and I can imagine how maybe this word frustrating that might actually be. But how were you able to get yourself going? Because I know you actually even close late and everything. How do you combine all of that? Yes, please.
Okay, so for the period where I was going to work, like I said, I had my mom. My mom was always around for that period because, you know the way mothers are. So, for every time I'll have something at work, or for every time I'll have that blank out. What helped me most times? So everyone, okay, not everyone, but people know I love cooking a lot. Like, so, when this surgery happened and I couldn't stand for it, because I still can't stand for a long time. I still cannot cook. I can't stay close to heat for a long time. So what helped me is I go out to eat. So I just, when I have that face, I just take myself out alone, by myself, nobody else, just me and my phone. Sometimes I don't even go with my phone, just me. I just go out to eat because I like cooking. So I just go there and I sit and I eat and I analyze the food. I'm like, oh, this was nice. Oh, this is good. And I'm like, oh, that cannot be all that bad. It's just me overthinking it. It's pain. It's not like I know the pain I felt when I was still in the hospital. It was not funny, honestly. So this pain is definitely not compared to the one I faced in the hospital at all. Like, it doesn't even come close to it. So I would always be like, okay, it's getting better gradually. And then my mom would always tell me, don't look for daily improvements, because in all honesty, I was always looking for daily improvement. I wanted daily improvement. Even weekly. Even my therapist, my doctors, everyone said it's because for me, normally everyone would say, oh, look for daily improvements, because when you are normal, you can walk well, you can run, you can do all those things, you can sit for a long time and read and do all of those things. You want to do daily improvements. You want to be like, okay, today I did this, yesterday I did that. But it's different when it comes to you trying to learn how to walk, you trying to like your brain totally forgot that part. Like your brain forgot that you have that part. So you saying you want to get daily improvement is like you're going to definitely push yourself to the edge and you would not like the results. So my mom would always tell me, look for monthly improvements. So we started looking for monthly improvements. This month, what happened? Next month, what happened? And I could see the improvements. Daily, I'm sure there were improvements, but when you cannot see it, it's like nothing is happening. You get? But if you are seeing it, you are like, okay, this thing is working. Okay, this thing is working. So I wasn't looking for daily or weekly improvement. I was looking for monthly improvement. So, and it made me happy when this month, what I couldn't do, next month I could do it. It was always like it was always really. I can remember when I first stood up, because I was using a walker during the recovery process. I remember when I could stand without a walk. I remember that I actually did cry, because it was like, I'm getting there. You get? So the thing that made me, I wasn't pushing myself to the extreme. I just, most times, like I said, I would talk to people. I would go out to have probably dinner, lunch, or something that made me, because food makes me happy. So something that makes me happy. Normally I don't like being around people, but these days I just, when I blank out, I just want to be around people. Like, I just want to be, even if I'm not there, I don't know how to explain. Even if I'm not there, like I'm sitting there, but I'm not there, but I'm still around people. Like that one, and then I didn't put myself to the extreme. I always did not, like, I'll tell myself, it's a phase. You have to go through it. Like you cannot. I don't, because even when the surgery was about to happen, I kept on saying, why can't God just do a miracle? Like, just say, okay, I've healed you. You don't need to go through this. You don't need to go through this phase. out the surgery, and I read about the
Hello?
Okay, I said even when during the surgery, even when I signed, because I signed a consent form during the surgery or before the surgery rather. So they will tell you the risk of the surgery and like literally instill, I want to use the word instill fear in you and tell you, oh, your internal organs can fail. And list out all the internal organs that can fail, like literally all the internal organs in our body can actually fail. And then they said someone could have stroke, like the person could become vegetable, like you would literally not be able to do anything. You would not be able to do anything. So when the complication happened, and the doctor said, you should even thank God that, because what happened was water went into my brain, and when water goes into if it was blood, you would have become a vegetable, but because it's water, it's something that can be removed and you just go back. Yeah, it's going to take a while, but you go back to your normal state. You get so. When I think of all those things, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm making progress. So I don't try to beat there are some times that, in all honesty, sometimes I'm like, okay, you know what, God, I'm actually tired. I don't want to do this again. I want to go back to sleep, because I was in coma for 7 days. I'm like, okay, during that period, it was peaceful. I did not have to go through all this stress. I did not feel one pain. You know what? Just take me back. I want to sleep. So, but later I'll be like, oh, okay, this is just the human part of me talking. You know what? I'm sorry, I did not mean it like that, but the pain is plenty. Just you get. So it's not all rosy. But basically the thing that helped me, the thing that actually helped me, if I want to be honest, is the fact that I constantly remind myself that it's a phase. It's a phase, it would pass. It's a phase, it would pass. And I have people around me that always tell me it's a phase, it would pass. And no one is looking down and saying, oh, okay, you could do this before, why are you not doing it? Oh, you could do this. So even when people see me and they tell me, Efeosa, why are you walking like this? What's going on? Why are you talking like this? Oh, you are smarter than this, you're that. And I'm like, I don't know how to respond to you, but it's a phase, it's a past. Yeah, so that's basically it. It's just internal motivation, and then God helps too, because most times I just try to pick up my Bible and I'm like, okay, what does God have to say to me today? And for every time I actually pick up my Bible, I see one word that I actually need at that time. Like actually, because my relationship with God this period has just been off and on, because I don't know if I'm angry with him, I don't know if I'm sad, if I'm disappointed. But I know that he's still there, yeah. But I know that every time I go back and I'm like, okay, what do you have for me today? See, I'm tired. He still gives me words, still encourages me and lets me know that, okay, we'll come, this thing will pass. You just need time. And if I'm being honest, because I remember last year I was praying for patience, and I'm like, God, is this how you want to teach me?
No, you won't teach me patience. It's a very long word.
Yeah, but then again, it's when I think of all these things, I just laugh and I'm like, okay, it's a phase, it will pass. You get, it will definitely pass. Yeah, basically, so those are the things that help me, my internal motivation, the people around me, the words I hear when I go back to God, when I pick up my Bible, basically when I
Okay. Wow. That's really good. So many practicable points from what you mentioned from your own experience. Starting with the fact that you always go back to God to get the word when you actually feel down, and he's always there to give you that word to keep you going, which is very very vital, because really we can't run on these seasons, our ups and down seasons. We can't run through them without God, without His word, and without that influence to really really keep us going. And I like how you talked about your inner motivation, because that's where the power of your mind actually comes in. And really, no one can really do that part for us. We just have to do that ourselves through affirmations and all. Just get yourself up and keep going. And then you also talked about your passion for food. So really, just tells us how it's very important to know what motivates us and lean into it, because you are able to identify how much you love analyzing the foods and all, and it really helps you to get yourself back up. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, having a wonderful support system cannot be overemphasized. We really celebrate God for mothers. God bless your mom. She's really, really been amazing. And everyone. But yes, the role of a mother can really not be under-emphasized or overly emphasized. It's just what it is. It's been, I'm sure it's been a long journey. It feels like a long journey, but I like how you finally ended by saying it's the pace and it will pass. Sometimes it may not sound easy to hear because you really want it to pass immediately. But, yeah. You really want it to pass immediately, but until it finally passes, it's still that phase, it's still that season, it's still that time, and God will continually help us through it. So to wrap this up, because it's really been very enlightening and very practical, very very practical, something that everyone can apply to their own current pain and situation and challenges. But do you have any final words for anyone going through any challenge? It could be a health challenge, it could be a pain, it could be emotional, it could be mental, whatever it is that anyone is going through, and trust in God to grace through that particular healing process, that pain point, the pain process. Do you have any final words or prayers for such person?
Well, final words. First, talk to God, because before I started this, I asked God, what do you want me to do? Since you decided, not like you decided yet, don't get me. But yeah, talk to God, because when I started, I was like, okay, so this is it. This is what it is. We've prayed, we've done everything, but this is actually what it is. So what do you want us to do? And God will put people around you for that particular season. Do you get?
Yeah.
There are some people that you actually do not need in that season. You need to let them go, because they can probably make that season unbearable for you. Not like they're bad, not like the people are bad. No, not like they're bad. Just that you don't need them for that season, so you can actually come out of it and have a testimony to share. You get? But God will definitely put people around you, because I don't think He would make you go through a season and you be by yourself. I don't know, I might be wrong, but for my own experience, I don't think he would make you go through a season and you don't have, even if it's one person, you don't have someone around you. Talk to people. You need to talk. I hate talking. But yeah.
Yeah,
What do
like
you think?
I understand that so many, well, not so many, but some women actually don't like to talk, probably
I
because of their
yeah, I
past.
I actually don't like talking,
Yeah,
but you need to talk. Like you need to let it out. You need to, because in all honesty, I don't know if it only works for me. When I'm done talking, I feel a little bit
better.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
for that. Yeah, I feel a little bit okay. Like
it works
okay.
for
Um,
everyone.
yes. So you need to talk and just pray about it. I know. Yes, people will say, okay, you're giving it to God. Why are you going back to collect it from Him? It's not, I don't know. I don't feel like it's you going, you're just telling that, okay, God, I'm at this point. Thank you for taking me out of that point. I need you to move me out of this point. I don't know. The way I talk to God is every day. I don't know how other people talk. The way I talk to God every day, like I'm talking to my father, like my father here. That's the way I talk to him, and I have a very good relationship with my dad here. So it's the same way I talk to God. If I have an issue, I meet him. If he has done something for me, I thank him. If I just need to talk, I'm like, okay, God, I need to talk, and I don't have anybody because there are sometimes that you probably just be in the room and then you'll be having maybe some thoughts in your head. You
Yeah.
can just at that point you can maybe talk to God about it. It doesn't necessarily mean you just talk to him. I don't know how, but for me it works. I don't know. I don't know how it works for other people, but yeah, for me it works.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a friend, like I'm talking to you right now, like
Yeah.
just talk. Get to
Just
what
have
else?
a
If you are someone that doesn't like going out, I don't think it's best for you to be alone at that
Very
point.
true.
Yeah, I don't think it's best for you to be alone at that point. But if you are someone that likes something, as I am right now, I do not like it. I don't like being among people because
Like a burden.
so I don't like. I honestly don't like being among people right now. Like you left for me, it's just me and my sister, or me and one person. Because as it is now, I still need support, but like I can't do so much because you need 1 year for the heart to heal and all of that. But yeah, don't be alone in that situation because the devil can do a very
Yeah.
very funny thing. So
With your brain. Yeah.
share with your mind and it's not going to look nice. So try as much as possible to be around, even if it's just one person that you trust. As much as possible to be around people. What else? Then don't forget your passion. Yes, I know I still cannot cook. I know, but I try as much as possible to get myself involved in things that are food related. I watch food channels. I watch food what's the name? I watch food videos. I get because okay, I have customers. I cook on a large scale, yeah. So I have customers. So when he comes to meet me, I'm like, oh, okay, I can't do it, but I have someone that can do it. All of these things. I've not removed myself from what my passion. I've not removed myself from it. So I don't think you should also, if you are probably going to have challenge that involves your legs or you or making you stop your passion end it twice. So if you lose your passion, you can find other alternatives to continue it. And I pray that the phase will end and it will end gloriously. And you look back at it and say, okay, I did that. God help me.
Yeah.
Able to share the story, like, okay, I do. Like, God help me to do that. And I pray that at the end of the day, the story will just be to glorify God, because
Exactly.
when people hear the story, they'll be like, wow.
God actually saw you through. Alright, so it's been an awesome time with you, Blessing Efeosa. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. Thank you so much for being here at this time to share and connect with someone who's probably listening to this and going through a particular challenge or the other. And just as Blessing has said, it's a phase, it will surely pass. Don't lose your passion, don't lose your focus, don't lose your relationship with God. Embrace your support system, embrace everything that you need, your inner motivation, and keep going. Celebrate your small wins. Yes, she's talking about monthly improvements. If you're not seeing the daily ones, look forward to the weekly. If the weekly is not coming, look forward to the monthly improvements. And if the monthly improvements is not coming, look forward to the quarterly improvements. Just always have something to look up to. And when it finally comes, celebrate. Celebrate your small wins, and it will get you higher. It's been such an interesting conversation with you, Blessing. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We're really grateful to have you. All right, so
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a great time, everyone. Bye. Thank you for joining us on this episode on Mother's Haven podcast. I believe you've had a life-changing and liberating experience. To connect with us or reach out for support, we got you. Kindly send us a DM on Instagram at Mother's Haven or on mothershaven.com. Also, kindly hit the subscribe button to catch every new episode of our validating and inspiring content. Do also leave us a review. We'd love to hear